When it comes to our physical appearance, we are our own worst critics. We often focus so much on our flaws that we fail to see who we truly are. People tend to have a poor track record when it comes to self-evaluation. Studies show that we're not very good at realistically assessing ourselves, especially when it comes to physical appearance and attractiveness. This is because we perceive ourselves differently than we perceive those around us. So have you ever wondered if you might be more attractive than you give yourself credit for? Sometimes our perception of ourselves doesn't quite match how others see us. In this video, we'll explore 7 subtle signs that suggest you're more attractive than you think. Let's dive in. Number 1. You don't receive many compliments. Have you ever wondered why you don't get many compliments, even when you make an effort to look your best? You might conclude that you're not as attractive as you'd like to be, but that could be far from the truth. Many people around you might assume that you already know how attractive you are, so they avoid complimenting you, thinking it would be redundant or unnecessary. Additionally, some might think you're tired of hearing the same compliments over and over, so they choose not to say anything. In reality, the silence from those around you could be a sign that they find you so attractive that they believe you don't need constant affirmation. It's important to understand that the absence of compliments doesn't reflect your attractiveness. Rather, it could indicate that people believe you're already aware of your beauty. So next time you feel like you're missing out on compliments, remember that your attractiveness might be more obvious to others than you realize. Number 2. When you do receive a compliment, it feels insincere. It's common for people who are truly attractive to receive compliments in a casual manner, as if it's just natural. However, when these compliments seem insincere, it can create insecurity. You might think people are just being polite, but in reality, most of them likely find you genuinely good-looking. They just don't feel the need to reinforce it all the time, because they assume you already know. This insecurity may stem from the way we perceive ourselves. Sometimes, we have a hard time accepting genuine compliments because we're so focused on our own imperfections. However, it's important to remember that others' perceptions of us can be very different from our own. Accepting compliments with grace and confidence can help improve your self-image and boost your self-esteem. Number 3. People smile at you. Have you noticed that people often smile at you, even without a clear reason? This can be a clear sign that you're more attractive than you think. Smiling is a natural reaction to something aesthetically pleasing, and it's much more common to smile at someone we find attractive than at someone who doesn't catch our eye. In addition, smiles are often used as a subtle form of flirting or as a gesture of kindness. When you notice that many people smile at you, it could mean that your presence triggers positive feelings in others. This kind of natural reaction is an indication that your physical appearance is pleasing and captivating, even if you don't realize it. Number 4. Strangers look at you. If you notice that strangers often look at you in public, this could be a sign that you're more attractive than you imagine. Although this might be uncomfortable, it's important to understand that humans are naturally drawn to what they find beautiful. When an attractive person enters a room, they inevitably attract glances because our brains are wired to pay attention to what we find appealing. Research shows that the brain releases dopamine when it sees something or someone attractive, which makes us feel good and want to look more. So, if you notice that people often look at you, it could be because your appearance is noticeably attractive. While this might cause some embarrassment, try to view these looks as a silent compliment to your attractiveness. Number 5. People gravitate toward you. Have you noticed that people often try to get closer to you, whether in social situations or in daily life? This can be a strong indication that you're more attractive than you believe. We humans tend to gravitate toward people we like or find attractive, and this attraction can be physical or emotional. When someone emits good vibes, like a smile or a friendly gesture, our natural tendency is to move closer to them. This closeness can manifest in various ways, such as lively conversations, light touches, or simply in how comfortable people feel around you. Attraction isn't just about physical appearance, it's also about the energy you give off. If people are drawn to be near you, it's a clear sign that your presence is pleasant and attractive to them. Number 6. Others may act differently around you. Have you ever noticed that some people get nervous or act strangely when they're around you? This could be a sign that they find you extremely attractive. Attraction can be intimidating, especially when someone wants to make a good impression. When people feel they're in the presence of someone they consider attractive, they may feel pressured to act a certain way, which can result in awkward or nervous behavior. This behavior might include stuttering, appearing clumsy, or even avoiding eye contact. These reactions are common when someone is trying to hide their insecurities or is worried about being judged. If you notice that people often act differently around you, it could be because your attractiveness makes them a bit flustered. Number 7. Others tend to have strong feelings about you. When you're attractive, people around you tend to have strong reactions, whether in terms of affection or dislike. You may notice that some people are overly friendly or seem jealous of you, while others might act cold and distant for no apparent reason. These extreme reactions usually relate to how people perceive your attractiveness and how it affects their own insecurities or desires. Attractive people often evoke strong emotions in others, whether positive or negative. This happens because your presence might be seen as a threat or as something highly desirable. Whatever the case, these intense reactions are a clear sign that you provoke strong feelings in others, which often ties back to your physical appearance. Bonus tip: people are surprised by your insecurities. Although we all have insecurities, it's common for people to place those they consider attractive on a pedestal, assuming they don't have any issues with their self-image. This could explain why people are surprised when you mention that you have insecurities about your appearance. To them, you seem so confident and self-assured that it's hard to imagine you might also have doubts or dissatisfaction about your looks. This discrepancy between how you see yourself and how others see you can be surprising, but it's a reminder that everyone has their own internal struggles. Even people who seem to have everything perfect in the eyes of others may face insecurities and personal challenges. Recognizing this can help you develop a more balanced view of yourself and allow you to accept both your strengths and imperfections more easily. So, did you relate to these signs mentioned here? Are there other signs that weren't covered in the video? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you.